Hey everyone, it's Systemshark again, bringing to you guys another rant-style audio commentary. Had so much fun with the last one, I figured I'd try to do it again. Actually got a pretty good response out of it, which was kind of surprising since I'm not really the commentator known to do rant-style audio commentaries. Still, this is copyrighted, 2007 WCReplays.com. Although I am not going to be including a replay with this, and I'll tell you why. I actually did a rant-style audio right before this, yesterday in fact, and I didn't really like the way it turned out with the replay file that I had synced up. Let me tell you guys a tale. We've been having a problem with production lately in the audio commentary department. In case you haven't noticed, Orange and Joseki have been really the only audio commentators that have been really contributing on a regular basis, and even more so. And I thought when they first started that they were maybe doing too much, and I kind of told them, hey, you might want to slow down, I don't want to burn yourself out. But these guys have really been kind of holding us and keeping us alive, really keeping it flowing for you guys. So hopefully you enjoy Orange and Joseki's commentaries. I know I do, and they really are very informative, and it's nice to see someone have that new kind of passion to the audio commentaries that, you know, maybe some of the older guys like Cecil Freak and I don't really have anymore because we've been doing it for so long. It's a lot harder for us to get inspired because we've, covered a lot of the things we thought we'd cover as commentators. So big thanks to Orange and Joseki, but I'm trying to do something a little bit new here. I'd like to kind of bring a more personal element to the commentaries, and I figured I'd start doing that by actually doing more rant-style audio commentaries first, and then maybe I can feel a little bit more better about incorporating into replay file style audio commentaries, I guess. I don't even know how to describe them. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. I don't have anything for you to watch, so just listen to this in the background while you guys are browsing the internet or playing WoW or even playing a Warcraft game. Maybe you'll hear something informative. I don't have any idea really what I want to talk about. I have a few things I kind of went over yesterday that I probably will repeat here just for clarity's sake, I guess. But basically I wanted to go over a few things, some of the games that I've been playing lately and kind of reasoning behind why I'm playing these games or game types. I wanted to go over my new job and kind of how the progress of that radio station that I was talking about in my last commentary is going. And maybe a few other things, who knows, whatever pops to mind. I'm not going to really be looking at a game or anything, so it won't be shoutcasting. It's just going to be me ranting for a while now. So like I said, there's nothing to sync up. If you guys want to listen to this, feel free to continue listening. If you want to just look at your Winamp file, I don't know, whatever, but just kind of keep it going in the background. I figure that you guys can do that while you're doing other things, and at least you can be slightly entertained. You don't have to concentrate too much on doing anything. You just listen to what I have to say. If you're into it, you're into it. If not, you don't have to listen to any more of them. Well, back on to business here. I did want to talk about the kind of game styles that I'm going to be playing, or that I have been playing lately, and maybe you've noticed, but I've kind of been playing a lot more Dota than I have been of Warcraft 3 lately. And that's not to say that I'm not a bigger fan of Warcraft 3 than I am for Dota. I think Warcraft 3 is a better game. It's my favorite game of all time, in fact, and that's why I love doing commentaries for it, and that's why I like working for WCReplays.com, because I get to be directly involved into the scene, into the media, internet media scene anyway, for my favorite game of all time. So it's really been a pleasure doing what I've been doing lately, and I hope to continue doing it. But I've just been playing Dota lately because it just seems like I don't have to think so much. It's not as stressful at times, and I've been since I started my job, I've just been not really wanting to commit to bettering my Warcraft game. And Warcraft is a game where I think if you want to be good at it and you want to really impress your opponents, you really have to kind of commit to the game while you're playing it. It's not something you can play kind of casually, whereas Dota, even though there's a lot of complicated aspects to it, I play a lot of public games, and it's pretty much noob roulette there. You don't know who you're going to get on your team. You could get a bunch of feuders. You could get people who are playing on a LAN. You could get some professional Dota players. Who knows? So it's really random, and there's not a lot that you could do if you really do concentrate on it and try to do your best. You could still be kind of messed up in the end due to your teammates. So I don't know. I just like doing it. It's kind of a waste of time thing. I have a little fun with it at times, and it's kind of cool to save yourself at the last minute, just barely get out of there and some other things. But I've been playing Visage a lot lately. He's the Necrolik, and he's got a lot of cool aspects to him that I really like. And I won't go on a rant too much about Dota, so if you're worried about that, don't worry. I'm not going to be on Dota very long. But I did want to talk a little bit about Visage and kind of his versatility as a hero. And I think he's kind of an underused hero. You definitely don't see him that much in professional games, and I think I know the reasoning behind that. But for public games and for, maybe even if you're playing TDAs or in some in-house leagues maybe, I can kind of see him being really versatile and a very, since he's underused, kind of an unexpected addition to any kind of team, or even if you're just doing it solo. You can really impress the internet people that you play with by doing some cool things. Basically, his reverents are really severely underused. Not only are they spawnable, obviously, from corpses, that's how you get them, they're flying, so they move around the map really, really easily, which makes them really, really great scouting units. And I put them at, in the river near the wards. I put them near possible ganking spots for both, not only near me, but near where my teammates might be ganked, so they can kind of see the enemy coming, at least on the mini-map, if they're paying attention. But also, it's really good for pushing. I mean, you can kind of go the other route with that, and you can kind of do both in the same game, depending on the situation, Get a few of your reverends together, and you could be a really good pusher right there, Take some of the attack speed from your opponent's, one of the heroes, and then you can just start, really tearing it up. So anyway, having a lot of fun with Necrolik lately, and I don't necessarily pick him every game, but I seem to be getting him a lot in the random games that I play. But anyway, that's it. That's all I want to talk about Dota. Well, one more thing, I guess. I'm kind of trying to decide. Normally, I can just kind of put my fingers, in a sense, to the pulse of the professional gaming scene, and I can kind of tell if how well Dota's doing in regards to that. So there's a lot of leagues, and they've been going on for a little while. But to me, it just seems like a lot of the professional players, they're either getting bored of it, they're getting tired from playing so much, or they're just kind of doing other things. Or either that, or real life is kind of taking over for most of these people, and that's kind of apparent. If you are a frequenter of the Dota section of the WCReplays.com website, you'll notice that Icy Shadow and Psycho aren't really updating their replays as often as they used to. And, they still are a frequenter of the forums, but I know Icy Shadow's hanging out at member chat a lot. I think that's his main mode of communication with the gaming community now that, I don't know what his situation is with WCReplays.com. I don't even pretend to try to research it or think about it, but I know he's just happier over at member chat. I guess we can leave it at that. So, anyway, he hasn't been updating his replays a lot more. I don't even know if he's doing it at member chat anymore, or at all even. I haven't really even checked that website out, but that's where he's at. And I think Psycho's kind of there too, although Psycho is still our one and only Dota staffer at WCReplays.com, and we played a few custom games together a few months back, and they're all really, really great people. And I know, strangely enough, I mean, our Dota section of the forums actually have become kind of a Dota resource, and a lot of Dota players that wouldn't necessarily go to WC Replays for any other reason are going there specifically to try to ask Psycho or Shadow for advice and to kind of get replays from them, so they can better their playing. So hopefully they continue to start doing that, but I kind of see it as a sign of the times when things aren't being updated as often, that things have kind of progressed on past that. So I don't know where Dota's at professionally. They're updating it. There's new versions out. I know they just put in a new hero, and there was some balance changes, so they're still going good with it. And I mean, I just play it casually now. I don't even pretend to play seriously or professionally anymore or anything like that. So that's my my Dota bit right there. Oh gosh, I just thought of one more thing. Now that we're on Dota, I played a game with some player that looked like he was from my brother-in-law's clan or guild or whatever he was in. His what do you call the thing? I don't even know what they call him. I think it's Clan WC Replay. Yeah, so it'll be Clan. Anyway, I was playing a game with someone who had his clan tag on, and after the game, I noticed that the guy was really bad-mannered, and he was really cocky throughout the game. And my and he was on the opposite team, and my side ended up winning. It was kind of like we didn't really think we would be able to win, and we were really down. And it was one of those kind of games where we came back from nothing. But afterwards, I got to thinking, I was like, it'd be funny to ask my brother-in-law about this, who, it's really funny. I got to tell you a quick story about my brother-in-law, and I'll kind of get back to this. But I went over to the house where he was at in Florida when I was visiting, and I saw him map hacking, and my girlfriend saw him map hacking too, and she didn't say anything at the time, but we were both kind of looked at each other and were like, wow, I can't believe this guy is so cheap like that, and he's cheating at Dota. I mean, how silly do you have to be? And he's in a clan, and and he says, yeah, I only do it when I know other people are doing it. I kind of confronted him about it, so I thought it was kind of funny, but it kind of made me think that maybe that person that I had played with was also a map hacker as well. Being in my brother-in-law's clan, they probably do it all together, but I don't know. Thought it was just kind of silly. So that's what ended up happening. That's the whole story right there. Kind of funny in a sense, maybe. I don't know if you run into that. It makes it kind of seem like it's a small world when you run into people on Battle.net that way. You kind of see the same people every now and then, or it's kind of a random chance, but I don't know. So anyway, back to me not playing Warcraft 3 lately, and it's again just because I don't have the time to really